along with everyone watching this game remotely on the North Star Network, streaming live on YouTube. We thank all those that make today's contest possible, especially our officials. Fans, please remember that these student athletes compete with honor and integrity and play for the love of the game. So please keep the cheering positive and respectful and have fun in the spirit of New York State Public High School Athletic Association athletics. We wish all participants good luck in today's game. Michael Gimartino. Batting third, the shortstop, number 13, Riley Clemens Butenko. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 10, Tim Scholl. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 7, Hector Gonzalez. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 22, Rocco Grotto. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 3, Luke Becker. Batting eighth, playing first base, number 44, David Curry. Batting ninth for the brothers, the DH, number 23, Jameson Walker. On the mound for CBA, number 25, Tom Minar. The brothers are led by head coach Pat Weiss, assisted by Colin Conroy. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for our home team, the CNS North Stars. Leading off, playing catcher, number 1, Ben Watkins. Batting second, the right fielder, number 11, Chris Williams. Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Jaden Zimmer. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 5, Shakori Williams. Batting fifth, the DH, number 8, Carter Petranchik. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 6, Jeremy Palmer. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 4, Lucas Aiello. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 20, Lawson Weckesser. Batting ninth for the North Stars, the third baseman, number 14, Jace Knuth. And on the mound for the North Stars, number 7, Caden Kalpis. North Stars are assisted by coaches Derek Campbell, Mike Viola, and Joe Bryson, and led by head coach Stephen Bailey. At this time, if able, please rise, remove your hats, and you should place your
And we welcome you into the booth here at Gillette Road Middle School, home of North Stars baseball and softball. I'm Hunter Baciuska here, joined with Ethan Hanson. Ethan, the North Stars are just coming back from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, playing at Ripken against Fairfax. How do you think they're feeling coming back to a little bit cooler weather?
It is a little bit cooler, but it's also not terrible for this time of year here. But they also picked up a pretty good win down in Myrtle Beach, so I still think you're feeling pretty good regardless of the weather here today.
I agree, and Caden Kalfas will be starting on the mound. Caden Kalfas started actually led off the season starting in the very first game in their 10-2 win over Syracuse City. So we'll see what he can do here. As warm-up is still happening, you have every CBA batter outside of the dugout taking practice hacks. As we'll get the ball rolling here in just a few short moments. Now, Ethan, this is our very first game streaming of North Stars baseball. Landon Cook had a few interesting answers for his interview today. He said that with the history on them since November, since the offseason started, and they've been ready to get back here at CBA.
Yeah, it's definitely coming off a loss in the finals last year to CBA. It's definitely a little bit of a revenge game here for them, but they definitely feel pretty good about it being at home and with a strong start to the season here with 2 good wins.
And now that you mentioned that, CNS is 2-0 on the season. They have not played a single match in the SCAC Metro, while the CBA brothers are 3-1 and 2-0 in the OHSL Liberty 1. Now, their only loss came to Canandaigua, 5-4 in Canandaigua, which means Canandaigua probably walked it off. And as I said earlier, the North Stars won 10-2 versus Syracuse and 10-3 versus Fairfax.
Yeah, it's definitely been great defense so far this year for the North Stars, but they've also put up 10 runs in both of those games, which you have to remember, these games are only 7 innings, so 10 runs is a pretty good number for games that short.
Yeah. 20-5, 20 runs, and first pitch for Caden Kalfas is a ball high and outside. As Jimmy Kennedy will lead off things here. The pitch, and that's fouled off. That is fouled off just over the North Stars bullpen. 1-1 count for Jimmy Kennedy. And Jimmy Kennedy comes up late. Strike 2. He swung. That was a great pitch there by Caden Kalfas.
Yeah, that one just blew him right by him on the outside corner of the zone. See what he gives him here with 2 strikes.
1-2 count. Fouled back. So count stays 1-2. Jimmy Kennedy is 4 for 9 with a .444 batting average. All 4 of those hits being singles. And that one is popped high in the air. Back on it. And caught. By second baseman Lawson Weckeser.
Yeah, good job to get back there to make the catch on the foul line in right field, short right field.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Someone has to call you off on that, and Weckeser did the right thing. As Michael G. Martino will come up. One of the few seniors on this team. And he swings and misses for strike 1. Caden Kalfas is just throwing heat down the middle.
Yeah, pretty good first 2 pitches here. Just the ball on the opening pitch, and then he just blew it by him, and then that one was high.
That one was a little high, so that's ball 1 to G. Martino. And that's
just off the outside corner.
Just off the outside, and that will be ball 2.
CBA dugout is loud here early in this one, screaming so far the entire game.
Yeah, CBA has always been one of those loud teams, as the pitch is lined hard foul. And now it's a 2-2 count for G Martino. G Martino is 9 for 14 on the season with 2 home runs, 2 triples, and that one is flown out and stumbled back and caught by Lucas Aiello. Lucas Aiello stumbling backwards towards the fence, still makes the catch. What an effort.
Yeah, 2 impressive catches out there in the outfield for the North Stars so far. First, the tough catch from the second baseman in shallow right field, and then that one stumbling back in deep center field.
Coming up to the plate, Riley Clemens-Butenko. First pitch will be a ball just outside. Clemens-Butenko is 6 for 10 on the season, also with 2 home runs and 3 doubles. And there's a strike at the knees. So good pitch by Calfas to kind of come back from what could have been a very dangerous hit. And that's another strike. Low outside corner.
The fastball so far has been good for him on the mound. He's blowing a couple by and locating it really well in the corner so far as well.
He is, and that's his specialty. Always want to paint those corners. 1-2. Swung on, grounded to shortstop. And he will be safe. Clemens-Butenko beats it out. You want to talk about speed? Right there. There you go.
Yeah, that was impressive there to beat out a throw on the infield and get the first base run of the game for CBA.
Yeah, and I mean, Jaden Zimmer had a really good stop there with the ground ball. It was just a really slow roller that Clemens-Butenko beat out. As the steal, throwing down, and it's wide. But luckily, good backup there by Aiello. So nothing much there. As that is Clemens-Butenko's fourth stolen base of the season. Excuse me.
Ball.
1-0 count. That one's inside. 2-0 count now to Tim Scholl. Tim Scholl is the starting third baseman for the Brothers. As Calfas will pitch it, and it's high, ball 3. So 3-0 count. What do we think Calfas is going to throw here now?
He's been throwing a lot of heaters, and he's down 3-0 in the count, so he's going to throw something he can get in the zone here.
And it was a heater. So that's strike 1. 3-1, 2 outs, top of the first. Calfas is trying to get out of a bit of a jam. And strike 2 swinging.
Big swing there, was trying to hit one deep.
Very big swing by Tim Scholl. So hard he fell. The 3-2, full count, and strike 3. Way to get out of the inning. And that will be it for the top of the first.
Yeah, good job there with the base runner on second and going down 3-0 to get 3 straight strikes and get out of it with no runs.
Caden Calfas will get out of the jam. Now will the North Stars be able to put their bats to the test? Find out here shortly on the North Star Network. as we welcome you back to the North Star Network on YouTube. Sorry. As leading off will be Ben Watkins, the catcher for the North Star Network. Pitching is Tom Minar. He's gone 5 innings with only 2 hits, 1 run, not even earned, only given up 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. Ethan, I think he might have some pretty nasty stuff. 9 strikeouts in 5 innings.
Yeah, I'm watching him warm up. It looks like he throws the ball very hard for high school.
As that is low for ball 1 to Watkins.
That one was a little outside, but he definitely looks like he's off to a good start so far this year.
Yeah, I think he can go far here. As the pitch and swung on, driven into the gap between second and short for a base hit by Ben Watkins.
Good job there just to get the pitch in the zone and just drive it, not trying to do anything crazy early in the game. Just get a base runner here with no outs now.
Ben Watkins is definitely one of the best base runners. He's quick. He is definitely nimble. As Chris Williams will bunt, trying to have a sacrifice bunt, but fouled off for strike 1.
Definitely trying to just get a guy in scoring position here early for the North Stars. Trying to get a run now when you get a base runner with no outs.
As the 0-1 on the bunt. And he's bunting again and pulls it back. But it's strike 2.
Good pitch on the outside corner there. Pulled the bunt back thinking it was a ball.
But
still got called strike.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that I think that Minar might have a slider, as the pickoff attempt will not be in time as Watkins makes it back. Now, I don't know if it is the same rules as the MLB where you get 2 pickoff attempts, and if you don't get and if you do 3 and you don't get the runner out. And that will be strike 3 swinging. So down goes Chris Williams.
That was a good pitch, just slightly up in the zone and maybe a little outside. And now it puts a little bit more momentum with CBA here on defense, as it looked like the North Stars are going to have a chance to get a run, but it's a lot harder with 1 out.
Yeah, and now Jaden Zimmer is in a tough spot here. Any ground ball to second and short could be a double play opportunity for the brothers. Pitch is low, and Watkins is going, and he'll be safe. Ben Watkins with a stolen base. What speed.
Both teams showing off the speed here early, getting steals in the opening inning. Now North Stars do have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. That was a big steal.
Yeah, it definitely was. Tom Minar needs to start settling in here a little bit. Minar with the pitch, grounded, and it will be as a little bit of slippage there from Jimmy Kennedy. Still gets the out and moves Ben Watkins up to third.
And the throw was almost beaten, but it's still a good job to advance the runner to third now with 2 outs, as anything on the ground in the outfield is going to give you the lead here.
That is very true. Shakori Williams, one of the hot bats of the North Stars. First baseman, got all that power. As that will be taken for ball 1. Shakori Williams probably has one of the best eyes in the batter's box. Definitely very great vision. As that is fouled off and will be down for a foul ball. So 1-1 count for Shakori Williams as the sun starts to peek out a little bit. Shakori Williams waits for the pitch and outside for ball 2.
Good job to hold back on the pitch there. Almost swung at an outside pitch.
Yeah, Shakori Williams is one of those guys you can count on, especially in a tough situation like this. As Minar pitches it, and it is grounded straight back, and Williams will be out. So at the end of the first, it is still tied 0-0 as we get ready for the second inning right here on the North Star Network. And we are back here on the North Star Network on YouTube, as leading off the inning will be Hector Gonzalez. And he shows bunt first pitch, and it'll be low for a ball.
Must be a lot of speed from Gonzalez. Trying to bunt with no one on in first pitch of the inning.
Hector Gonzalez does have 3 stolen bases, but only 1 hit on the season. So that will be called for strike 1. Calfast seems a little bit more relaxed now than in the first inning, as he throws third pitch heater, and it's a strike.
Fastball's been really good for him so far. He's got a lot of good locating and just blowing it by people right now.
Yeah, and that's something you always want in a pitcher, especially someone like Calfast. His arm is strong. He can throw. He definitely has the velocity. And 1-2. And that is fouled off. So Calfast, like I said, has pitched 6 innings, given up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 11 walks, but 10 strikeouts. He has a 3.5 ERA, which for the beginning of the season is normal. As the 4th pitch of the at-bat will be a ball.
Looks like trying to get him to chase on the corner, and he almost got him even looking, but it was going to be just outside there.
Yeah, and excuse me, 5th pitch of the at-bat. As Gonzalez ready in the box, Calfast fires it. Low for ball 3.
That one may be towards the shins, but almost got him at the knees, but it'll be ball 3 there.
Almost skimmed right at the knees, too. And those are the pitches that Calfast really wants to have. The full count will be high for ball 4. So a walk for Gonzalez.
And that's a lot of speed to have on with no outs. See if we get a steal attempt here from CBA.
I wouldn't be surprised. Hector Gonzalez definitely has speed. That's his 3rd walk of the season. And he's trying to find his 4th stolen base of the season. As now Rocco Grotto comes up to the plate. That's high for ball 1. As Calfast still trying to get a little bit settled in. I mean, it is their first game here,
A good first inning, a little wild here to start the second.
Yeah, and Rocco Grotto will swing and miss at that one. Strike one.
Good pitch just out of the zone, but most batters are going to take a chance on that one.
Yeah, especially when it's close to the chest. As pickoff, and they will get Hector Gonzalez on a pickoff. So great job there by Caden Calfast to read that.
And they get him easily going to second as well. That one was not close, and that was a lot of speed to get off the bases. That's a big change now with one out and no one on.
As that will be strike two. As Calfast will try and get the strikeout here for out number two. And he does successfully. Caden Calfast gets 2 outs in 2 more pitches.
Good at bat there for the North Stars to get a pickoff at second and a strikeout. And now you get going from a no one on, no outs with a guy on first to 2 outs with no one on.
Now you got Luke Becker, as that is taken high for ball one. Luke Becker, 1-9 with 2 RBIs, a single, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, but 3 stolen bases. And that is swung on for strike one. So 1-1 count, and Calfast has definitely done better. He's definitely been getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah, he's had a solid day so far today, only letting 2 base runners on so far through just under 2 innings.
That is just outside. If it was a little bit more in, that might have been called for a strike. But definitely a good spot there for Calfast. That's what he was looking at. As fouled off. So now we'll do the 2-2. 2-2 with 2 outs.
And it's been mostly fastball so far today. We'll see if he tries to get a heater to get out of the inning here.
Yeah, I think if I was Calfast, I wouldn't want to mess with any off speeds because you think they're going to be all over it. And that is low and inside for ball 3. So another full count with 2 outs.
Just missing that corner low and in. That was a good location, though, for a 2-strike pitch.
It was, and this happened at the end of last inning, of the first inning. Tim Scholl was in a full count. And we'll get him looking. What an inning for the North Stars, but more importantly, what an inning for Caden Calfast. The pickoff and 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. North Stars will be up to bat in just a minute right here on the North Star Network. And we are back here on the North Star Network on YouTube. As starting off this inning will be the DH, Carter Petranchik. Carter Petranchik just came up this year as a junior to varsity. As first pitch will be outside.
And a good take there to start the at-bat just on the outside corner. Maybe later in the count you'd see a swing there.
Yep.
But a good take to start the at-bat.
Definitely. So 1-0 count for Petranchik as Minar will pitch. Looked like he stepped off there for a second, but Petranchik will swing and miss for strike one. And the pitch, the 1-1, swung at for strike two. Definitely some good cuts, though, we've seen from Carter Petranchik.
He got two good swings, but so far early in this one, it's looking like we might get a low-scoring game here. Two pitchers looking pretty good here through these first couple innings.
It's definitely going to be a defensive battle. Near the end, though, you got to get the bats going. As the pitch is fouled off. So, good job there to battle by Carter Petranchik. On deck is Jeremy Palmer, and in the hole is Lucas Aiello. And the 1-2 will be called strike three. Down and inside at the knees. What a placement pitch there for Tom Minar.
That was a good location, low and inside. Definitely fooling the batter there.
As Jeremy Palmer will step up to the plate now. And that is strike one. Jeremy Palmer, in his second year of varsity baseball, played last year on that Section 3 run team, runner-up. And that will be two quick strikes.
He's working fast and he's throwing hard right now, and both teams' pitchers really haven't been touched much yet.
No, they have not. And Jeremy Palmer needs to get something going, and he does not. That is strike three, down on three pitches. 2 outs for the North Stars, and here comes Lucas Aiello. Aiello had that great catch in the first inning to get the second out, as now he will swing and miss for strike one.
That's 5 consecutive strikes with 2 consecutive strikeouts now.
Yeah,
for this pitcher.
And that's what you want from your pitcher. And
then that one's called a ball, but it's still a good location.
Yeah, Minar's quick pitching. The 1-1 will be strike two. Nice little breaking ball there. Looked almost like a curveball. I think it was. That thing starts low and just breaks. 1-2. Swung on for strike three as the brothers give up nothing to the North Stars this inning. And it will now be the third inning when we come back right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. As we welcome you back, or we welcome you in to the North Star Network right here on YouTube, as Calfast will throw the heater for strike one to David Curry. That's a great last name, David Curry. As strike 2 on the outside, on the low outside corner.
Two good pitches there on the outside corner.
Yeah, and if you're the North Stars, that's what you definitely want. Keep bullpen action to a minimum, and that is swung out for strike 3. So 3 pitches, 1 strikeout, as Jamison Walker will step up to the plate.
Yeah, both pitchers have been dealing so far. Just the infield single and a walk for CBA, and then the North Stars just the 1 hit in the right field.
And the first pitch will be a ball low. As Calfas set and pitches. Swung on for strike 1. So 1-1 count to Jamison Walker. As North Stars are trying to get out of this inning as quick as they got out of their bottom half of the inning.
That one down in the dirt for ball 2.
So a 2-1 count. Now, any viewers at home who are confused by hearing the name Jamison Walker, this Jamison Walker is spelled with an E, as that is strike 2. I had to clear up the confusion for some people. As Calfas looking to get the K, does not.
And that one could have looked like it could have been called either way, just over the inside corner. But it'll be a full count instead for CBA.
On deck is Jimmy Kennedy. So after this, we're back to the top of the lineup. As Calfas does not want to walk Walker, and Walker does not walk.
A lot of strikeouts from both pitchers so far. It's looking like we might get a pitcher's duel here all the way to the end.
I agree. There's been 5 strikeouts for the North Stars. The North Stars have... Sorry, not just the North Stars. Calfas has struck out 5 batters. He struck out the past 4 that he's faced. As Kennedy will take ball 1. And Tom Minar has struck out 4. And he struck out the last 3 that he's faced. Struck out the side last inning. As that is fouled off.
That one a little outside, just caught the end of the bat. But if that was any farther inside, that was good contact there on that pitch.
That definitely would have been. But Calfas knows how to work it on the mound. The 1-1 swung on for strike 2.
And now a chance for both pitchers to strike out the side here. In the bottom of the second and then the top of the third.
That would be very, very helpful for the North Stars, especially trying to just come back from that side strikeouts. And Jimmy Kennedy will pop it up foul. So Calfas really wanted to get out of this inning. Could he make it 6 in a row? That's a ball, so that it will be ball 2. I'm sorry, can you make it 5 in a row? The answer is a ground ball that will be stopped, and Jimmy Kennedy will be safe.
Good stop there at second. Just didn't have enough time to get up and make the throw.
Good, yeah, definitely a good stop there.
And that's 2 infield singles now for CBA. A lot of speed for this team.
Yeah, but as you said, that was a very good stop by Lawson Weckesser. So that will go into the scoring books as a single, as Michael G. Martino will step up for his second at-bat of the night. And that one is grounded foul. The last at-bat, G. Martino, flew out to Lucas Aiello with Lucas Aiello having that very, very nice backup catch. As that one is flowing out to the outfield, and that one will drop at the fence. That ball was hit about 368 feet, and CBA will land on the board first. It is 1-0 Brothers on the 2-out RBI double by Michael G. Martino.
That one only needed a few more feet to get over the fence.
Yeah, that would have been extremely dangerous, especially considering the North Stars just got struck out by the side. And nothing much done from the North Stars bats. As that will be taken for ball one and by Ben Watkins. Going to third will be Gio Martino. So 1-0 count to Riley Clemens-Butenko, who also had a stolen base in the first.
And now a sloppy couple of pitches there for the North Stars all of a sudden with 2 outs. He gave up a long double and then a wild pitch.
Yeah, you just can't do that again. If you do that again, then, well, it's 2-0. So, Caden Kalfas trying to get out of this as fast as possible for ball 2. And Kalfas has been struggling a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle here in this third inning.
Yeah, and that one's grounded right back over to the North Star side, all over to the coaches. And so, as you guys can hear all the yelling from CBA dugout, they are extremely loud.
And they've been like that for this whole entire game so far.
Yes, they have, and that will be... He did not go, so it is a 3-1 count to Riley Clemens-Butenko. Butenko will have probably a free stolen base here because, well, there's a runner on. It'll be runners on the corners. As Kalfas will take a step off the mound, recollect himself for the 3-1. Hitters count here. And the pitch, strike 2 at the knees.
Good pitch, low and inside there.
Definitely. Caden Kalfas kind of reminds me of a big league pitcher. Hitting all the spots that he wants to, hitting all those corners. As the full count will get out of the jam, only letting up a little bit of damage.
That's a big strikeout there because that could have easily been 2 or 3 runs.
That
is CBA, but 1-0 is very manageable.
That will be probably the biggest strikeout of the night for now, as the North Stars will get ready to hit, and the Brothers will be taking the field. We'll be back on the North Star Network on YouTube. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are back on the North Star Network on Huddle TV as Lawson Weckesser. I think it was up for that. Austin Weckesser grounded out to short, and then Jace Knoop flew out to right field. Ben Watkins walked, and then Chris Williams got beamed and a little shaken up, but luckily he has the support he needs. Got a little quick sip of water. Always very helpful. And he's all right. He's all good. Because, Ethan, I don't know if you saw it. It kind of hit him like right on the back shoulder.
Yeah, the upper back area right near the...
rotator cuff, shoulder blade. All the fun bits of the arm. And now Jaden Zimmer will be up to bat. And that is inside for a strike.
Few pitches inside. That one looked like it might have been a little farther inside, but
yeah,
gets the strike call on the mound for CBA.
Yeah, Chris Williams had one just a few moments ago identical to it before he got hit by that pitch. As see a step off here from Tom Minar. Minar's already ready to go. And that will be popped foul. So you have an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Now this is always the fun part as we get a little bit of a breeze. This is always the fun part about having a runner in scoring position at second, having someone on first, and 2 outs, 0-2 count. If you ground it into the infield, they're probably going to go to the closest base. If you strike out, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but you are against one of the top teams in the state. And that is going to be blooped and caught. That was a great job, great effort there by Riley Clemens-Butenko to end the third. So the North Stars put another 0 on the board as the brothers will look to keep their bats going hot right here in the 4th inning on the North Star Network on YouTube. As we welcome you back to the North Star Network on Huddle TV with a bit of a breeze. As it's getting a little breezy here, leading off the inning will be Tim Scholl, and he'll take the first pitch for strike 1.
It's been a pretty good game for both pitchers. Just the one big double last inning for CBA. But it's still a very manageable gap for the North Stars.
And that will be outside and low for a ball. As we excuse the wind, it's very loud. It's kind of cutting into the mics, which Never a fun thing, as that ball will be foul for strike 2. Tim Scholl struck out in the first inning with Riley Clemens-Butenko after a stolen base on second. And that ball will be inside for ball 2.
Late in the count here, it's going to be interesting to see what pitch he gives them. It's been mostly fastballs today.
Yeah, it has been, and I'm guessing that CalFast just isn't trusting his control on those off-speed pitches, and a nice little hard ground ball back to the mound. CalFast will take care of it easily for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for CBA, number 7,
As Hector Gonzalez will come up for, well, we've gone around the lineup once. I think everyone knows it's the second time around. Hector Gonzalez walked and then got caught stealing in the second inning, as that will be a ball.
That looked like a good breaking ball. It just might have been a little bit high there.
I think that one was a little bit of a changeup, as it is definitely getting a little breezy here. And high fastball for ball 2.
Last couple of innings lost a little bit of the control he had in the first and second inning, but he's done a pretty good job still, only giving up 1 run, and he's struck out quite a few hitters.
Yeah, he definitely has. He struck out 6 so far now, and that is a high ball for ball 3. 3-0 count. Now, in other baseball news, the Yankees play tonight at 6:35. The Red Sox played earlier today, as strike 1 is thrown. The Red Sox played the White Sox and got the win 4-2. So, good for them, I guess. As a Yankees fan, I am happy where we stand. And that is popped up, and that will be foul, out of play. It's very difficult to see when it goes foul because you don't know if it's going up and out or just straight up.
Yeah, it's pretty low to the ground compared to some other places. You get pretty high up. You can see where the foul ball's heading. But we can really just see in front of us, and that's about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not bad. Because this helps us get all of these in for everyone to watch at home. As fouled off again. He's battling hard out there.
Falling off a lot of pitches. That gets annoying as a pitcher. You're just trying to put a guy away.
Now to everyone joining, welcome to the North Star Network. I'm Hunter Baciuska, joined by Ethan Hanson and Alex Schneible, our producer. And Ethan Hanson is also our cameraman. So shout out to Ethan for double duty, as Shakori Williams will take that to the bag himself for the second out. Good battle, though, by Hector Gonzalez.
And a good job by the pitcher there, going down 3-0 in the count to battle back and then end up getting the out.
Now batting for CBA, number 22, Rocco.
And now Rocco Grotto will come up. He struck out in his first at-bat in the second inning. As that is called strike 1.
Good pitch down at the knees there. Starting to get a little bit of command back in this inning.
Yeah, and that's something you want, especially against CBA, is that command and control over your pitches. As the 0-1 will be swung on for 0-2. And CalFast will be looking for the strikeout. Try and retire the side. And he...
Just low and outside.
Just low, yeah. Rocco Grotto has the same count as he did in his first at-bat before he swung and struck out for the second out. And now he doesn't want to be the third out of the inning. The 1-2 is thrown inside and low for ball 2. So, Rocco Grotto still has He still has some life left in it. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Number 22, Rocco Grotto, fouls it off. So it'll stay 2-2. There's a lot of 2s going on right now.
A lot of fouled off pitches here by CBA. They're starting to make contact. Got to be careful here if you're the pitcher. They're starting to figure them out here as they get late in the second time through the order.
That is very true. If you are head coach Patrick Weiss, then you are loving what your hitters are doing. And that is high for ball 3. Calfast might be a little shaken up right now.
As we're getting past the halfway mark in this game, we'll see how many innings they keep him in there.
No bullpen action yet for any team. As Calfast will throw another one that's fouled off. Yeah, they've been fighting now. They have not let off the gas.
A lot of pitches now if you're Colbass out there on the mound.
Yeah, Ken Calfast definitely. Yeah, no, you're fine. Calfast definitely has a lot of pitches under his belt, and that will be ball 4.
And that's a big walk for CBA to get a base runner late in the inning.
Yeah, especially when you're down with 2 outs, you're up 1-0. They still have just over half of this game left. As Luke Becker will come up. And Grotto with a decently sizable lead gets back.
A little bit of a slow pickoff move there. But
definitely.
Wouldn't have much of a chance anyways.
I don't think he wants to have the Hector Gonzalez treatment of getting caught.
And we'll see if we get a steal attempt here with 2 outs and already having the lead.
Calfast is starting to quick pitch. Definitely not one of his strong suits. He never quick pitches. We always see him, starting off from the stretch or even just the full. We never see him slide step. A lot of big baseball terms.
That one just missing low.
It was a good pitch, just a little bit low for 2-0, and there will be a talk on the mound. Now, Caden Calfast has been struggling a little bit. Ethan, what would you do here if you were the North Stars?
I think you definitely let him at least get out of this inning with having 2 outs already and only giving up 1 run, but you'll see. Wouldn't be surprised to see someone in the bullpen here when the North Stars are up to bat.
I agree. I mean, we have there's a pretty sizable bullpen here for the North Stars. I mean, Clark Whalen, he pitched in a scrimmage down in South Carolina, had 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, gave up no runs, only 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. And, I mean, you still have a lot more. Like, you have Lucas Aiello who could pitch, Jeremy Palmer, Carter Petranchik, Kevin Gunnup, and Landon Cook, Owen Cly. All these guys can pitch. You have a pretty decent bullpen, as that will be inside for ball 4. Ball 3. It was ball 3.
And a little bit of confusion there. That's going to get a runner for CBA on second.
I was very confused. I looked, I saw him toss the bat. I'm like, I thought we missed a pitch. But nope, stolen base for Rocco Grotto on a confusion. And that will be strike 1.
Yeah,
so
fastball right over the plate again. It's been his pitch so far today.
Yeah, the only bad thing is if they are looking fastball right down the middle, that thing could be cranked down the right field line in the short porch, as I like to call it. And that is high for ball 4. And that is 2 runners on. David Curry will come up for the 2nd inning in a row.
There's 2 outs here. The big goal now is just not to let CBA score another run here.
Yeah, David Curry started off the led off in the last inning. Swings for strike one. Something interesting I noticed about him in his first at bat. He doesn't have batting gloves or like any protection that a lot of these kids have. And that'll be ball 2.
Yeah, basically just has
the bat, a helmet, and a glove.
Helmet. Basically what the team gave him.
And cleats. So 1-1 count. As Calfast will throw it high for ball 2. Now, on deck is Jamison Walker, and in the hole is Jimmy Kennedy. Kennedy had a single, and then right after that was Michael G. Martino, who hit that, like, I want to say at least 365 to 368 shot to right center, scoring Kennedy in all the way from first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do after this inning. I definitely think he might not necessarily come in the next inning, but you'll definitely see someone in the bullpen here, I bet, after this inning's over.
Yeah, I mean, no bullpen action still yet, and that is strike 2. So 2-2 count for Curry.
Big pitch coming up here for the North Stars.
Yeah, 2-2 count, 2 outs, top of the 4th. 2 runners on base, 1 in scoring position. And he will swing, and that will be saved, luckily. That was a very, very lucky save. Went right under the glove of Calfast, but luckily to back him up was Jace Knoop. And that will end the North Stars' struggle in the 4th inning, as now the North Stars really need to get the bat going. So we will return for the bottom of the 4th right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. As we welcome you back to the North Star Network on YouTube. Leading off will be Shakori Williams. And still on the mound is, wow, that was ripped. And that is foul. That looked fair from here.
And that was at least a double if it was called fair, if not a triple.
What did it look like to you over there, Ethan?
It definitely looked like it was close. Maybe it just missed the base, but the ruling is if it hits the base, it's still supposed to be a fair ball.
That is true. So that will be an 0-1 now for Shakori Williams. As that is strike 2 for Shakori Williams, and he will get it down for a base hit. So the North Stars have a runner on early in their bottom half of the 4th. Shakori Williams with a single.
And this is big here for the North Stars to get something on the board to tie or even take the lead here in this 4th inning.
Yeah, definitely. And the North Stars really, really need this, as a little bit of substitution for Shakori Williams. Coming in running is, can't tell who that is, standing behind the first baseman of the brothers, David Curry. We will get it to you as soon as we know. And
a big at bat here for the North Stars. If you get on base here, you have 2 guys on and no out.
that is number 10, Kevin Gunnup. His older brother, Caden Gunnup, graduated, or I'm sorry, Jaden Gunnup is his older brother, not Caden. Jaden Gunnup is a senior this year, as that is ball 1. So, a little bit of a step off there. Kevin
Fouled back hard.
Yep, Carter Petranchik fouled that one off. 1-1. That will be ball 2. So 2-1 count. No outs. Runner on first. North Stars down 1-0. And that is going to be another pickoff move. And he almost got tricked.
They almost got him coming back to the base.
Yeah, that was close.
But a good job to get back.
Yeah, trying the trick play over there was David Curry. Almost worked. Almost worked. As the pitch will be taken for strike 2. He still showed bunt. As Gunnup now has a big lead, and Petranchik will get a base hit, and that should get Gunnup to third easily. And Petranchik will be at second. The North Stars have 2 in scoring position. What a job there by Carter Petranchik. Little bloop there to the right fielder. So Carter Petranchik with a single.
And now a chance for a base hit to give you the lead here if you're CNS.
And now it is 0-1 to Jeremy Palmer as he fouls that one off. Definitely a great job there by Carter Petranchik. Palmer will look at that one for ball 1. As you can hear, the North Stars dugout, very loud. Both teams are very loud. Both dugouts are extremely loud.
CBA brought a lot of energy, and the North Stars are starting to get some here in this inning.
Yeah, I think they're starting to wake up. As that will be a nice little slider for strike 2.
That was one of the better pitches we've seen so far today. Just a slider right into the zone. Got the batter thinking it was inside.
So that will be ball 2 to Jeremy Palmer. And that is ball 3. So
now
full
chance for the bases loaded here with a walk.
Full count for the North Stars. And Tom Minar might be a little nervous here. Minar's pitched a great game so far. As that will be inside to load the bases. And coming up, Lucas Aiello.
And a big chance for the North Stars to not only tie the game here, but maybe break it open. We'll see what CBA does here on this mound visit.
And we will step aside for just a short moment right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. As we welcome you back to the North Star Network on YouTube. Hitting now for the North Stars is going to be Lucas Aiello. Aiello has an RBI chance here, and that is called an outside strike. Very outside.
Yeah, another good pitch there by CBA. This would be very impressive to get out of here with even just the game being tied.
And that is fouled somewhere into Narnia. I don't know where. And now it is an 0-2 count quickly for Lucas Aiello.
It looks like maybe a little bit of stretching going on in the North Stars bullpen over here.
There's definitely a little bit of stretching, and that is low for ball one. From the looks of it, I think I saw that is in the bullpen, Landon Cook. And inside and high for ball two.
And that one almost got him. Big pitch inside.
Yeah, if that hit him, that would have been
the tying
run. And then you'd still have bases loaded coming up for Lawson Weckesser, as time is called by Aiello. And quick pitching again. That's going to be by him, and that should score the North Stars' first run. So we have a tied game here in the fifth.
I know, another wild pitch there for CBA. Definitely starting to look a little rattled. And now this could get dangerous for CBA with the game tied and the bases loaded, no outs.
Definitely.
Not loaded now.
Not loaded now, but hey, if Aiello walks here, then yeah, they will definitely be loaded.
But still two runners in scoring position.
As that is strike three called on Aiello.
Maybe a little low there, but you still got to chase it with two strikes there.
Yeah, no matter what. You never want to go down looking. And that will be the first out for the North Stars as Lawson Weckesser comes up, trying to get at least one more run in, and he will do it successfully. So that is a
sacrifice
ground out for the North Stars. The North Stars now lead 2-1. Carter Petrancha comes in with that run, and nice little sack ground out. I'm putting that in the scorebook as a sacrifice ground out, as Jace Knoop will swing for strike one. I'll put in sack 1-3, or 3-1. And that is strike two.
Another pitch looking a little outside.
Jeremy Palmer now at third. Anything by the catcher or anything that is grounded into the infield, that is a ball.
But with those outside pitches, you have to know if they're calling them. You got to swing at those because those are still over the plate, just a little bit outside.
Yeah, Jeremy Palmer over there playing with fire. If you watch very carefully his movement, he starts going, trying to kind of throw off Tom Minar, which is honestly a very smart decision, as we will get a timeout here by Coach Stephen Bailey. So, don't know what's happening, but the North Stars now hold a 2-0 lead after struggling to get started with the bats. Finally came alive now in the fourth. The bats came alive for the brothers in the third. Now you have a runner coming home, and he is going to be... He was not tagged. They called him out. I don't think he was tagged.
I don't know if I saw a tag there either, and the catcher didn't think he got him. But they're going to call him out anyways.
So, a caught stealing out. Didn't look like he was touched, but umpire's call, it's umpire's call. So we will be back for the 5th inning of play on the North Star Network on YouTube. As we welcome you back to the North Star Network here on YouTube, Jamison Walker, who takes the first pitch for ball 1. So the North Stars coming off of a great 2-run inning, as the pitch from
outside there,
Calfas it's getting a little wild. Calfas has been struggling a lot today. Landon Cook is warming up in the pen. And that is a strike. So, it's definitely getting a little darker here.
Probably see the lights come on here soon with the clouds moving in and it getting darker.
As that is swung on for strike 2.
And most hitters like those high pitches. That one, he just got under a little bit.
As an ex-baseball player, I will say I did love those high pitches. I had about 4 home runs off of them. As the 2-2. Calfas with the pitch inside for ball 3. So it's a full count for Jamison Walker. So,
and a full count here.
Calfas will get the strikeout right there on the lower outside corner.
And the batter thought it was a ball, so 2 calls, confusing players. First, the catcher for CBA thought the runner was missed, and then they're expecting a walk, and it was called a strikeout.
Walker not happy with the call. He thought I honestly thought it was a walk. As now back to the top of the lineup, Jimmy Kennedy will pop that one up into center field, shallow center field. More like behind second base, and will be caught for out number 2.
Now batting for CBA number 1.
So, making the nice little catch on the pop out was Lawson Weckesser. His name has been mentioned a lot tonight.
Yeah, good night for him so far with the RBI last inning and a couple of good catches out in the field.
Definitely, as another pop-up. That one coming from the bat of Michael G. Martino, and that one will drop as Weckesser thought he had it read, but just underran it. So that will be an error on Weckesser.
3 guys pretty close there, and it drops right in between the 3 of them. Someone's got to call for that one out in the shallow right field.
Definitely, and you never want to have that happen to anyone. As Riley Clemens Butenko will come up to the plate. I lied. I didn't lie. I thought I couldn't see it. It is Riley Clemens Butenko. As that's a strike. 1-1 is the count.
It's 1-1.
That's what I'm like. It's either 1-1 or 0-2, and that is swung on for strike 2. So 1-2 count to Clemens Butenko.
And a chance for another strikeout here. And we'll see how many innings they let him go now. As if he gets through this one, he'd only have to go 2 more.
And that one is low for ball 2. Although I think they might put in Landon Cook to close. They might just put in Landon Cook next inning. Landon Cook's had a pretty good season so far. We'll give the stats once he comes in. As the 2-2. Runner goes, but that is a strikeout. So that is the end of the inning anyway.
And it looks like they might have had the runner anyways.
They would have had the runner. So 4 outs in 1 inning as the North Stars come back to the dugout to start hitting some more. Keep the bats going. That's what they want to do. We will see what they do here in just a few moments right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. As we welcome you back to the North Star Network on YouTube. Jace Knoop will lead it off here for the North Stars after that very productive inning. Taken for strike one. Knoop flew out to the right fielder.
And now CBA has a
As just saw there, a little bit of a bobble there by the CBA shortstop, Riley Clemens-Patenko, to get Knoop right on base. So that will technically go in as a single.
North Stars get another base runner with no outs. See if they can get a little bit of an insurance run here.
As a 1-1 count for Ben Watkins. And a little bit of a step off there from Minar. North Stars have been trying to get into his head as much as possible, and I think it's working a little bit now, Ethan.
Yeah, the dugout's definitely been a little bit more louder, maybe getting in the pitcher's head. And we'll see how long they keep him in there if the North Stars keep getting base runners here with the pitcher warming up.
As that was fouled off for strike 2. Landon Cook seems to be coming out of the bullpen. Wonder if that means he'll be going in next inning. I don't think it would be that bad of a move. I think it would actually be really good. As that is grounded. There's one, but cannot get Watkins. Watkins with supreme speed. So that is a fielder's choice.
Good job just to get the one out, though. You keep the runner out of scoring position.
Batting for the North Stars now, we have another substitution, Ethan Matthews.
Now batting for the North Stars, number 21, Ethan Matthews.
Ethan Matthews had a home run in Ripken. So Ethan Matthews is coming in for Chris Williams as another talk at the mound.
We'll see if the new pitcher comes in for CBI here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Tom Minar's been doing a mean job, but I think Patrick Weiss wants to try, or just wants to talk it over with the team, knowing that he's down 2-1. And it's been a great game by both teams. It's been a pitcher's duel. Although, then again, the last 2 innings it's been hitting. It went from a pitcher's duel to a hitter's duel in just the span of a few outs, which you could see that a lot. Not just in high school, but in MLB too. As Coach Weiss will go back to the dugout, keeping Minar in. Ethan Matthews will take his first hacks at the plate tonight. Zimmer on deck.
And some different batters in for the North Stars. We'll see if this affects the pitching for CBA.
As that is strike 1 on the outside corner for Ethan Matthews. So 1 out, 0-1. Minar, I think, just wants to get out. Just wants to get out with no damage done.
I think in the next inning we'll see in the 6th 2 new pitchers from both sides.
I do too, and Minar switched up his arm slot a little bit. He started off with the normal 90-degree arm angle, moving to the 3/4. And that is a balk for Minar. So
make it a 1-2 count or a free base.
Yeah, free base.
On first.
Haven't seen a balk in any baseball season or in any baseball game yet. For, like I said, any. And that is ball 1.
That one's gonna be thrown outside. Now a good chance of the North Stars with the runner in scoring position, only 1 out.
As the pitch is foul ball. So, great way to fight there by Ethan Matthews. I have to say this every year. I played with a lot of these kids. All of them are super great. I played with a few kids on CBA. All really great. As Matthews will get an inside pitch as Watkins will not come home. He thought about it. You could definitely see it in his steps.
Yeah, he thought about coming home, but the catcher did a good job getting there ready for it. But now anything in play in the outfield is going to extend the lead for the North Stars here.
As I think anything really, a runner on base. Like, yes, it forces almost, it can lead to a double play attempt. But knowing who you have on deck, and Ethan Matthews will strike out.
That's a big strikeout for CBA now, is something has to be on the ground in the outfield now, really, to ensure a run scores.
As Jaden Zimmer will come up. He's gotten out on a fielder's choice. That was to first, which also moved Ben Watkins up to second. I'm sorry, to third. And he also flew out to the shortstop as 1-0 count. That is sharply grounded, and he will be safe, and that is another run for the North Stars. Ethan, you were talking about insurance. I think we got it.
Yeah, now you get a 2-run game with just 2 more chances for CBA, so I think you'll see a new pitcher come in here now to try to close it out after this inning.
I think so too. So that is an RBI. RBI on an error by the first baseman. As the catcher will go talk to Tom Minar. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Giamartino. I losing my mind over here after all what just happened. Giamartino goes to talk to Minar as Shakori Williams will step back up to the plate. And
step off the mound again. We've seen that a few times today from him.
Yeah, I haven't seen any action in the bullpen, which means it might be a position player coming in. As that is a pickoff attempt, which he will get back in time. Shakori Williams. Last time he was up, he hit a single, got subbed out for Kevin Gunnup, and he is safe. The ball came out. The ball got right by him.
And a pair of errors now for CBA gives up a run and now puts another runner in scoring position.
It's a stolen base, though, no matter what, for Jaden Zimmer. The North Stars are becoming more and more aggressive on the base paths, as Williams will foul that one off. 0-2.
Big pitch coming now with 2 strikes, 2 outs, but a chance for the North Stars to keep building on this lead.
Yeah, and that'll definitely help them a little bit with insurance as the pitch comes in, and that's grounded off the mound a little bit, and out will be Williams. So the North Stars tack on another run to give them the 3-1 lead. We are going into the 6th inning, and we will be back after the short break right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. So we welcome you back to the North Star Network on Huddle TV. Up to bat right now is number 10, Tim Scholl. He is on a 2-2 count after 2 foul balls and 2 taken balls.
See down near the CBA dugout, a few hoods and an umbrella coming out. I wonder if the pop-up rain shower we were expecting is starting to move in here.
It might be, as that is ball 3.
And a big pitch now with a full count here in the second to last inning. CBA trying to get base runners here.
And that is going to be...
That's a fair ball, and they're going to say
foul ball. So, I mean, definitely a good attempt. Way to fight. But I think it was fair. I think it didn't hit him. And that is grounded sharply to third base. And that will be absolutely pieced across the diamond from Jace Knoop. So that is a nice little solid out.
And now here comes the pitching change for the North Stars.
So great job by Calfast as coming in, number 17, Landon Cook. We will take a break here on the North Star Network on YouTube.
So Hector Gonzalez up here for CBA. 1 out, no one on. The first pitch is right down the heart for a strike. And a breaking ball a little bit low there. Even the count at 1-1. That one looked like a good pitch, but they're not going to give him the call, just outside. 2-1 now. That one's going to be fouled down the left field line. So still 2-2 now as rain begins to fall here. That one just on the inside corner. It'll make it another full count here with 1 out and a full count. And that'll be a walk just outside and high, and CBA will get a base runner now with 1 out.
Now batting for CBA, number 22, Rocco Brazzo.
Now a big at bat coming up for CBA, trying to get a couple runs here. So they have 5 more outs in this game to get 2 runs to catch CNS, who is looking to start 3-0 on the year. Runner's going to go, and there's going to be no throw. And they're going to call it a foul ball, actually. So the runner will have to go back. And a pickoff move, and he'll get back, but not by much. That's a big hit to center field. Oh, and it's going to drop, and this is going to bring in the runner from third possibly. And they'll hold him at second and third, but a big hit for CBA trying to get back into this game.
Now batting for CBA, number 3.
This one's hit well down the left field line. And that's going to drop fair, and that's going to bring in a run for CBA. So the lead now cut to 1, 3-2 with 2 runners on and only 1 out.
Now batting for CBA, number 44, David Curry.
Good breaking ball right down the middle there. And be huge for the North Stars to get out of this one without giving up a run. So the game is tied now, but there's 2 outs as CBA gets the sacrifice grounder to tie it at 3.
Now batting for CBA, number 23, Jamison Walker.
That one will miss outside, 1-0.
I'm back, and it's not been good for the North Stars now, as 2 runs in this inning. It's kind of looking a lot like the North Stars' 4th inning. So 1-1 count with 2 outs. And that is inside. Just inside. Landon Cooks had a really good season up to this point. He's 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts for a 2 on the dot ERA. And I think that was a balk warning.
Timeout was called.
Oh, okay.
By CBA.
I don't know why I thought it was a balk.
Batter put his hand up right before got into his windup.
And that is foul tipped, but that is a strike nonetheless. So 2-2 count, 2 outs. Landon Cook needs to get out of this now. And notice how it was with the rain, they started to struggle a little bit.
Oh, what a pitch. I thought that would have been called on the inside corner.
I thought that was called too. I started to say it too. I'm like,
Almost got out of the inning on that one, and now it's a full count.
Landon Cook has given up 2 doubles and a single. And that is going to be dropped. That is dropping. And that is a double for Jamison Walker, giving the brothers a 4-3 lead. Landon Cook struggling out here a little bit now.
Now batting for CBA, number 2, Jimmy Kennedy.
So that is his 2nd double given up. Or 3rd double, excuse me. 3rd double given up.
Yeah, not the relieving he was hoping for.
No, and that is his 3rd run.
And that was another pitch right down the heart. It wasn't called.
I think he saw it as it came in, so I don't think he really called it. I think he's calling it as it comes in. And that is a strike swinging.
Has to get out of this with just the 1-run deficit.
Yeah, because we've seen what the North Stars can do. You just gotta get it done. Landon switching his pitching approach to the slide step. As you guys can still hear the
CBA dugout has gotten that energy back that they had at the start.
And that is going to be popped up behind second base, and coming in on it
is able to make the catch, so
I think
it's only
that
a 1-run game.
That was Jeremy Palmer, I think. That was indeed Jeremy Palmer. I'm sorry, Chris Williams. As the North Stars will try and get those runs back that they gave up right here in the bottom of the 6th. We're coming into the closing innings of this very incredible game. We will be back right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. as we welcome you back to the North Star Network on YouTube. Taking over on the mound is Ben Callback. Starts off with a nice little changeup.
And that one is going to be a foul.
Yep, that one will go out of play. As we get a little bit of rain drip into here. As Carter Petranchik fouls one off.
That's going to be chopped foul.
As now Carter Petranchik has a 2-2 count. As that wind is just getting stronger and stronger. As we decided to turn off the crowd mic, and Petranchik will go down swinging.
Blew that pitch right by him, and now the North Stars need to get a base runner here. So they're running out of outs to get this game tied.
It's going to be very difficult, as it is definitely getting a wee bit chillier out.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark, and the rain moved through.
And that'll be a first pitch ball for Jeremy Palmer. So 1-0 on Palmer. And they've been quick pitching it almost all night.
CBA has been working fast the entire game.
They have been. There's been no break. There's been no time for the North Stars to recollect themselves in the box.
That's a good pitch on the outside corner.
As that is strike one, so it is a 2-1 count. And Palmer will swing at that for strike two.
Big at-bats coming up for the North Stars as they're down to 5 more outs to try to get that tying run.
And Palmer will duck out of the way for it to become a full count. Full count for Palmer. And he swings and misses for strike three.
And now a big at-bat coming up for the North Stars. They need to get something going here. Otherwise, they're only going to have 1 inning to tie this game up.
Lucas Aiello up to the plate. As that is fouled. Good attempt, good hack there though by Aiello. He's been really outstanding tonight. Probably one of his best performances so far this year, even though it's only been 3 games. As that is going to be a high curve ball. So 1-1 count to Aiello. Or 2-0. Sorry, 2-0.
Now it's going to be inside for 3-0 now.
I actually, that is my bad. I don't know why I thought it was 1-1. Oh, it's 2-1. It is 2-1 because of foul ball. Now it's 3-1. Okay. The 3-1. Walk opportunity. Swing and miss for strike two. Full count, 2-0. The North Stars need this desperately. On deck, Lawson Wesker, as that is fouled off for another hack at strike 2.
Good battle here late in the game, trying to get your base runner on to bring in the tying run. As he's got it to 3-0 and now following off pitches to avoid striking out.
That's what coaches love to see. As that is ball 4, high end outside.
A great job to draw the walk, and now with 1 out, we are expecting to get the run in, but 2 is going to make this a little more difficult.
Yeah, and now coming up to the plate, Lawson Wesker.
Number 20, Lawson Weckeser.
Or Weckeser. I've been saying Wesker. I'm not realizing I was saying Wessiker, not Wexer. As that is a ball.
Call it low there, it looked like.
Weckeser definitely the shortest on this team.
That's a really good breaking ball.
That
was
a gorgeous curveball. 1-1 count. Two outs. 4-3 Brothers. As step off the mound for callback. As it would be low, but in front. And he is safe.
So now a base hit could tie this game.
There's the speed of Lucas Aiello. So it is now 2-1 count to Wexer, who's had a phenomenal day in the field and got that sacrifice out at.
That's going to be outside, 3-1 now.
3-1 count to Wexer. He really needs this. As he had the fielder's choice. It was a fielder's choice to get in the tying run, and that is inside ball 4. The North Stars have 2 runners on with 2 outs.
And a couple big at-bat now coming up here for the North Stars with a chance to get the lead back or tie the game up.
Jace Knoop will come up. As it starts to darken here and we got the lights going. You never see night games here anymore. It's very sad.
Games tend to start a little earlier.
They start at 4:30, usually go to about 6:30, 7 o'clock. I think it would be great if they had like a game that started at like 6:30.
Yeah, they don't get to the night games much, but it is dark enough here for the lights.
It is definitely.
With those heavy clouds.
As strike 1 is taken by Knoop. Knoop also had a fielder's choice in the last inning, which got him out at second, and that is strike 2.
Now 2 straight strikes on the outside corner there.
The 0-2. That is swung on and fouled to the backstop.
A big pitch coming up here if he can get a base hit and tie this game for the North Stars.
If he's an oppo hitter, hits it right down that first base line. He doesn't hit it down the first base line, but
sending him.
That is a run in for the North Stars. Another big hit for the North Stars ties it up 4-4 in the bottom of the 6th. Jace Knoop.
No one on with 2 outs, and then you get the 2 base runners and the big RBI single, and just like that, the North Stars have tied it.
The North Stars have tied it up here in the late innings. Lawson Wexer is now on second. Knoop is now on first. Watkins.
And now with a runner on second, another base hit could score a run.
Definitely. As that is taken for ball one. Two count, 2 outs. Watkins fouls that one a long way back.
Just a little bit outside, but almost got the barrel to it.
2-1, 2 outs. As the pitch is
Just
high
outside.
for 3-1. Ben Watkins has had one amazing day here today. And that is
What a stop.
grounded to third. And they got him out barely. So the North Stars tie it back up at 4 going into the 7th. We will be back for the last inning of action right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. So we welcome you back to the North Star Network on Huddle TV. It is starting to downpour as Michael G. Martino will come to the plate, hoping to get something done here for the brothers. as that is a low pitch for ball one. And Ethan, it's starting to rain.
Yeah, it's starting to come down quite a bit now here
And
in the game.
yeah, Lucas Aiello comes in to pitch. He's had a pretty good game so far. As a lot of stuff is happening. Trying to get at least most of our stuff out of it. And that is another low pitch for ball two. Now, Ethan, do you think bringing in Lucas Aiello was probably the only thing you could have done, or do you think you could have also gone with someone else? I mean, don't get me wrong. He has great velocity. His control's just a little off.
Yeah, I definitely think in a tie game you're looking for a guy that can get the 3 outs. But there's so many options on this team, and there's a few you really just can't go wrong with. So I definitely don't think it's a bad idea to put in a new pitcher, especially with the last one giving up 3 runs.
As the 3-0 comes in for strike one. And oh boy, it is coming in. The rain is starting to slowly make its way inward to us.
The wind is blowing out from center field right into where we're sitting, and it's getting the rain inside the booth.
Yeah, and it is not yeah, those are big raindrops. I am shielding some of our equipment right now. We might have to take a minute to kind of... It's coming in very much more than it was like 2 seconds ago. We're going to take a step back for a moment and figure everything out. As we welcome you back from our, I'm so mad. My score sheet got extremely wet, and it might be impossible to write now.
0-2 count here, big strikeout chance here for the North Stars.
As some of my papers are now flying, I'm trying to focus up. It's very difficult right now. As foul ball. And it's very, 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 very wet. Luckily, it should be hopefully a very scattered shower, as I know a lot of people are cold. And it's such a great crew tonight. I'm Hunter Baciuska on play-by-play, my color commentator Ethan Hanson on also our cameraman, and Alex Schneible, my non-sweatshirt wearing friend, pal, and producer. And they're gonna don't know what's happening. It's 0-2. Think Ben Watkins got a little dinged up on the wrist maybe, or the chest. But, well, at least the parents don't really need to worry about the jerseys getting too clean. They can just throw them right outside. As
big pitch coming up here now with an 0-2 count, trying to get it out here.
And that will be ball in the dirt and a little bit of slippage.
And they're going to get
him. And they're going to get him! What a play by Ben Watkins! That little bit of slippage did help them. Ben Watkins with a great throw down to second to get the out. Kept it in front of him. As foul ball. So 1-2 count. We apologize for all the wind that you can hear. It's a little windy here. It's a little wet, windy. As Johnny Lisi once said, it is wet and wild. Shout out to the infamous Johnny Lisi. Having a great time at Ithaca, I hope. It got worse. As the pitch from Aiello is fouled off hard. So we're going to go for another 0-2 count. Ethan, are you cold?
I'm not terrible. I was smart enough. I brought the sweatshirt, but the weather's definitely cool.
I'm gonna give a shout out here to my mother who told me to bring a sweatshirt and I didn't listen to her. I at least wore pants. So, but I rarely
rain is starting to come down pretty hard. The infield is starting to get pretty wet. We'll see if
I don't think they're gonna call it. It's too late in the game.
There's not enough game left to be played to call it though. But it is coming down very hard now.
Definitely, and this game might be. There's a small chance that this game does go into extras. As coming back from
2-2 count here with 1 out now.
Umpire had to get new baseballs, and that is a full count now. So 3-2 count to Clemens Batenko. And shout out to all the people that have stayed here to watch this game.
The weather has not been nice these last innings or two.
It has not been nice the past few weeks, and that is going to be ball 3 now. Ball 3 now.
So a big pitch coming up with 1 out and a full count.
Aiello. Set. The pitch.
And inside.
Ball 4. So, a very, very drawn-out long at-bat for Riley Clemens Batenko to take a walk. As
now batting for CBA, number 10, Tim Joel.
There's 1 out, and Tim Scholl will be up to bat. Now it is getting. You guys can't see it very well on the camera. We can very much see it here. It's very. I don't know the words. But sometimes we have a draft and it comes in, and sometimes we don't. There's really no in between. The North Stars are 2-1, or 2-0. Sorry, the North Stars are 2-0, and the Brothers are 3-1. So now the North Stars do have a double play opportunity here, as I think my feet are a little wet. I can't tell. It just but
and they need a big out here or 2.
They do. The North Stars are 2-0 overall, and they have not played a single division match yet.
And that's a good pitch there.
So they have decided, now that it's getting extremely, extremely damp out there, they are now putting more sand, or more dirt. Sorry, it's dirt. Down. They're putting dry dirt down on the mound and all around catcher/ump box. I call it that because the catcher and the umpire stand there. I think it's simple. And we're going to get a score update on the Yankees game. I am very sad to say that the Yankees are down 4-0 because of a Jose Ramirez. Wait, did that just happen? Okay. So there were just back-to-back home runs. One was by Jose Ramirez and the other one was by Manzardo. So the Yankees are down 4-0. And as I said earlier, Ethan, your White Sox won.
Red Sox, but yeah, they did end up winning today.
Wait, did I say Red Sox?
You said White Sox.
Oh, White Sox. Oh, well, yeah. We know which one I meant, I think.
The White Sox do not do a lot of winning.
They definitely didn't last year. Neither did the A's. As I think it's finally starting to lighten up here, the rain. I think that shower finally passed over us, as we are still in a bit of a delay. We're calling this a delay because, well, kind of have to get dirt down, and they classify it as a delay. And I think that is coach. That is one of the CNS coaches. There's so much happening at this point. I'm very sorry. I don't know. There's so much happening at this point. We've had rain. We've had our equipment getting wet. We've had everyone's stuff getting wet, and then we've had like 3 delays.
Yeah,
and that is popped
pitch,
up foul. So 1-2 1-2 to Scholl.
Struck him out.
And safe.
They almost got the double
play. That would have been great. So 2 outs now for the brothers. And I think the rain has definitely slowed up a lot.
Now batting for CBA, number 7, Hector Gonzalez.
As Hector Gonzalez comes to the plate. Hector Gonzalez has been another star of this game. In the field, mainly. In the field. As a strike called on Gonzalez. And third baseman, the North Stars third baseman, now at the moment, I can't tell who that is. I think, yeah, it's Jason. It's still Jace Knoop. No throw, but it's a ball, no throw. Runner gets to third. Now this is where you're in dangerous territory. This is where you know you cannot throw a single pass ball.
Well, now something in play in the outfield, if it drops, is going to give the lead to CBA here late in the game.
Even if it's a ground ball right down the line, or even in between second and short, or even just one straight up the middle. Yeah, no matter what, they're going to get the lead if that happens. And that is grounded, and Shakori Williams gets it, and it is dropped. The brothers take the lead, 5-4 in the top of the 7th.
And that's a big error by the North Stars there. Had a chance to get out of the inning tied, and now it's a CBA lead.
It was a very good attempt there by Shakori Williams. He had it. Lucas Aiello just could not hold on to it.
And it looked like it was going to be a North Stars win, but they've given up 4 runs in the last 2 innings.
So Clemens Butenko comes around to score. And Hector Gonzalez gets a hit on an error. And that is thrown. That is an error on the pitcher. It was a great toss, just dropped it. And ball 1-0, 2 outs. Brothers up 5-4. That is popped up and that is foul. 1-1 count. This has been a very, very, very good game.
It has been, but the North Star has definitely been errors on both teams. Has really what's got the scoring to where it was. As pitching has been good on both sides.
It has been, and that's fouled off even further. Rocco Grotto had that double back in the 6th inning, last inning, which got Hector Gonzalez around. If that happens again, or I'm sorry, he didn't get Hector Gonzalez around. Luke Becker got Hector Gonzalez in, and Rocco Grotto. No, I'm sorry. My mind's all over the place. It was Rocco Grotto got Hector Gonzalez the third. Luke Becker got Hector in and got Grotto the third.
Big pitch coming up now here with a full count and 2 outs.
Rocco Grotto. We've seen him today. He's been doing really good. And time called by Grotto. Aiello is ready to go.
Just trying to get out of this inning and then see if he can start a rally in the bottom of the 7th.
And that is outside for ball 4. So a walk by Aiello and an error, as we apologize for the interruptions on the microphone. Luke Becker will stand up to the plate. That is high, 1-0.
The North Stars need to get this out as a base hit is going to extend the CBA lead.
A base hit that's at least deep enough. If it's even if it's just like to shallow outfield, I don't think that's going to get a run in, unless he takes off now. And that's ball 2. Then again, Hector Gonzalez is fast. He already has, or no, he got caught stealing. Two outs. Almost got him. Shakori Williams almost had him.
Wasn't able to get him on the pickoff, but that one almost got the inning over.
That did, and that would have been huge for them. Only giving up 1. And
this will probably be it for Aiello. We'll see if they bring someone in to finish it out.
And they're bringing in right fielder. No, that can't be right. It is that number. Did that say number 8? Nope. There we go. They're bringing in number 12. I really wish my papers didn't get wet. Yeah, it is Clark Whalen. So they bring in Clark Whalen to try and close the gap here a little bit. Clark Whalen had a great outing down in Ripken in Myrtle Beach. The North Stars lose this. It'll be their first loss of the season, moving them to 2-1. They win this, they're 3-0, and bump the Brothers of CBA down to 3-2. As we will return after Clark Whalen takes his warm-up pitches right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. So we welcome you back to the North Star Network on YouTube. It's still a bit breezy. We got the lights. You can definitely see the lights now. As David Curry looks to take ball one.
North Star's pitching has gotten a little wild here. It's been a while since they've been throwing strikes out there. They need to get this out. They've been trying to get it for a while now.
They've been trying to get it since Tim Scholl struck out. And that's strike one. Ethan, we were talking over the intermission about how this is the same length right now as a MLB game.
Yeah, it's definitely been long for a 7-inning game as we're getting to the length of those 3-hour MLB games here.
Yeah, at this point, I'd rather see him play it out. As that is strike two. I think Clark Whalen can definitely get it out here. And if he does, that's a huge limit to the damage. The 1-2. Ball. And he's coming home. And he's safe. Ben Watkins slipped trying to get up. And that gives the Brothers a 6-4 lead.
That's a big run for CBA. It's going to be tough for CNS to come back from that one now. Down 2 runs.
And that wasn't a bad pitch by Whalen. It just kind of slipped out of his hand.
The next pitch gets out of the inning.
And that's strike 3. The North Stars give up 2 runs to the Brothers, and now they need to try and come back. Will they do it? Find out in the bottom half of the seventh inning right here on the North Star Network on YouTube. As we welcome you back to the bottom of the 7th inning. The North Stars are looking to come back and win this game.
Ball.
As that was ball 1. And that's strike 1.
Good pitch on the outside corner. Both teams have gotten a lot of strikes called in that spot of the zone.
I've honestly lost track at how. Oh, that's a base hit. All right, the North Stars get it started.
That's a good hit. Now with the tying run at the plate.
As Jaden Zimmer comes up. So that's a nice little single for the North Stars to get it started. As that is
gonna drop.
That is
well.
a bloop single. So Zimmer. So the first two batters don't waste any time with their hits as Shakori Williams is now up to the plate.
Right in the heart of the North Stars lineup now as well. This is big for the North Stars now with the winning run at the plate.
Shakori Williams has the power. He was one of the kids I used to play baseball with. He hit a lot of tanks, and I'm telling you, he has the power to do it here. It's only like 340 out to right field or left field, 303 to left. Don't get me started on the 370s. As the first pitch of the at-bat is outside. Zimmer has a huge lead over there at first. Williams prepares for the pitch, and that's strike.
Good pitch there.
Right on the inside corner. 1-1 count. No outs. Runners on first and second. Hypothetically, he could hit one deep enough to score both of them and tie it. And that's another ball. Ball 2.
Get a walk here. It loads the bases with no one out, and then you're looking at least tying the game. But I think if you get 3 guys on, you're looking to score all 3 of them.
Yeah, and that will end the game.
But now with those 2 guys on, one big swing could end it here.
And that was fouled off, and I think that would have been the one if he had made, if he had it a little bit more, if he had the bat barrel a little more up on the ball. He got a little under that. As step off here. As the pitch, Shakori Williams bloops it, foul. And it's in the rule book that you can't throw your glove. I mean, I don't like he wasn't even close, but it's still a rule that you can't throw your glove. So we'll see what they do here. It's going to be very interesting, Ethan. Have you ever seen someone do that?
No, I haven't seen that before.
No, I mean, I know we used to do it. Like, I know a lot of people used to do it, like, all the time, just messing around when they were playing, like, recreational-wise. But no one's ever done it in an actual game. So, honestly, it can possibly be a... I think it could be, honestly, they might call it a balk. Also, thank you to everyone who has stopped by, watched even the smallest bit of the game. It means so much to us as a team and as a small community. Once again, I'm Hunter Baciuska, joined with Ethan Hanson as my color commentator and cameraman, and Alex Schneible as our producer, and I'm going to say it again, because we're both not wearing a hoodie and we're both kind of chilly. So, but are they calling it anything? They're not calling it anything. They're just calling it a foul ball. I would at least give them a ball.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the ruling on a pitch like that is or a situation like that is.
It's 2-2 count. No outs. And that is low. 3-2 full count. You can definitely hear the dugouts. And that is pulled very foul into the CBA dugout. So we'll do it again. Now, another hypothetical situation that could happen. This is the one that I know a lot of people don't want to think of, especially the North Star fans. Triple play could be turned.
That's hit well.
And that's bobbled. And they won't get an out. The bases are loaded.
That's a huge error by CBA as both teams have committed a few of those, and now there's a great chance for the North Stars to tie this one or even win it.
So Shakori Williams gets on base on an error on the third baseman. There's still no error, or there's still no outs. Carter Petranchik could hit at least two of them in.
Anything hit deep in the outfield.
Yeah,
could bring two or even the winning run in now with the winning run on first.
Yeah, as that ball's high. That ball is foul. Is tipped foul off the glove. One, no outs. Petranchik did get in a run on a single. And that is popped up in the foul territory. And I think that's out of play. It will be out of play. So,
almost made a big run down there for the catcher. Just ran out of room.
Yep. 1-2 count.
But a big pitch coming up for CBA because if you can get an out, the double play is possible. But if the North Stars can get a hit here,
that scores possibly two, tying the game. Actually, that would probably, if it's just like a slow base hit into even the outfield, it's only going to probably score one. Now that I think about it, looking who's on second base, Jaden Zimmer. Yeah. That's a ball. Ball
get something
two.
Deep in that center field area that they take time to get. You could even score all three here.
I still think right now the best idea for Carter Petranchik, honestly, would be to pull it. Or go oppo. Anything like with at least a decent gap.
Anything in the outfield is at least scoring one. Something in play, you're looking at an out or two, but you could at least get the one run in.
And there's
and
a hit. And they're sending Zimmer. And he's safe. And Shakori Williams will go to third. The tying run has just been scored. Carter Petranchik with a two-run, or with a two-run RBI single, moving Shakori Williams up to third.
And that is huge for the North Stars now, tying the game with the winning run on third and no one out. Anything in play could win the game now.
This is not the situation CBA wanted to be in. It's the situation they are in, though. Carter Petranchik, beautiful single. Shakori Williams, who reached on an E5, is the winning run at the moment. As we welcome you back to the North Star Network here on YouTube. Lucas Aiello could be the hero this game. As ball one. So an intentional walk. I know why they did that. And that's fouled off.
Anything really in play here except the force out at home wins the game.
Exactly. That's the reason they intentionally walked him. They have the force out at home now. 1-1 count. That is fouled off.
That stayed fair. That might have been it.
1-2 for Aiello. I just could not. And step off the mound for CBA. Ethan, do you think this is it?
I do think this could be the at-bat with the bases loaded and no outs, because anything that avoids that force out is going to win the game.
And that's outside. 2-2 count. That's not how I want this game to end. Could you imagine if it ended on a walk-off walk? Ball 3. 3-2 count. Bases loaded.
And this could be the final pitch of the game.
This could be a walk-off walk. And that's strike 3. They get him out.
That's a big swing and miss now as the double play is a factor here.
Now, Lawson Weckeser. He's done a lot in the field and out of the field. He had a fielder's choice to score their first run of the game. He had a walk. And now it is 2-0 count.
And now another big at-bat, but a 2-0 count early. This is a good situation for the North Stars. You just got to keep it off the ground and avoid a double play.
This is what the North Stars need right now, is this exact situation. On deck, Jace Knoop. And that's a bunt, and that's going to go foul. 2-1 count as the North Stars are 1 run away from walking it off. I'm sorry, 1 at-bat away. Not even a bat. Literally anything could get in a run besides a strikeout or a double play. And that's by the catcher. Coming in.
And he's safe.
Safe.
And that's it.
The North Stars win. Corey Williams with a walk-off. Stolen base. On a pass ball, Shakori Williams. The North Stars win 7-6 against the CBA brothers. Revenge from last year has been attained.